Hi friends, how are you? I hope you are all staying safe and remaining happy at your home. Welcome to Biju Guy's Teaching Cafe. Friends, this is a very small video lecture. This is in a sense an induction lecture, not a pure theory based or syllabus based hardcore delivery of contents. This is just a lecture about what is political science, what you can do with it, and why do you come to study political science. If you study this, what are the skills that you should develop? These are things I would like to bring into this lecture. Friends, having said that, let me tell you the title of this lecture, a bit uncomfortable title. The title of this lecture is like this: Who among you are real students of political science? No matter what you study in the social science branches, be it political science or sociology, they are said to be the hardcore social science subjects. They are said to be the hardcore social science subjects because the methodology these two subjects adopt in order to collect data and propose theories are unique compared to other subjects which are also said to be social sciences, say economics or history. So social science subjects like political science and history are hardcore social sciences because they have some unique methodologies compared to economics, which are moving fast towards the methods and methodologies of natural sciences, and history has a unique methodology called historiography. So political science subject purely and social science are their pure social sciences. So no matter which branch you are, whether you are a history student or you are a economic student or you are a political science student, you might somehow come across some of the contents of political science. Particularly history students and economic students will come across some kinds of political science contents. This is also meant for all of you. Friends, what is the content or subject matter of political science, and who among you are among you really become a student of political science is an interesting question, because every day so many students come to my workplace at Brennan College and they study political science at some levels. They study political science, some of the courses of political science, but I never feel that all of them are students of political science. Doesn't matter whether you get a certificate or not, you never qualify to be a student of political science without getting the core values of political science. Your degrees or certificates will not give you the tagline of student of political science. I personally believe, this is my perception, maybe some other people will have some other standings on this, and I feel, friends, a student of political science should have certain values, certain core values. What is it? Friends, I can tell you a story. The Time Gained is an interesting story very recently published in France. A new novel published by a reputed French public intellectual, which created ruckus in a family relationship. It affected a family relationship between a father and a son. His father, that is, Time Gained was a novel published by Raphael Enthoven. And Raphael Enthoven's father, Jean-Paul Enthoven, 71-year-old, is also a famous French professor intellectual. And when Raphael was 4-year-old, his father Jean-Paul Enthoven and his mother, a journalist Catherine David, divorced. And his father Jean-Paul Enthoven later dated a famous French model called Carla Bruni. Carla Bruni was also the girlfriend of the former French president Nicolas Sarkozy. And friends, In 2001, Bruni had her first child from Professor Jean-Paul Enthoven, and the name of the child was Orlin. But the interesting thing of this family drama is that Carla Bruni later dated with the son of Jean-Paul Enthoven. The name I have already mentioned, Raphael Enthoven, the novelist who published The Time Gained. So this happened this September 2020, and the French society was obsessed with this family drama. And Jean-Paul Enthoven said he is going to terminate all his relationship with his son, Raphael Enthoven, because his son's new novel, that is Time Gained, has narration about the relationship between Carla Bruni and Jean-Paul Enthoven, because some characters resembles their life. It also tells how Raphael eventually had an affair with Carla Bruni, who then was the girlfriend of his father. Friends, look at differences in society. In our society, Carla Bruni is mother for Raphael Enthoven. Friends, but not in all society, Carla Bruni will be a mother. So that's it. What is right in our place may not be so in some other places. Sometimes the coffee you may drink is legal in India but not legal in other part of the world. Sometimes the cocaine you may use in India is illegal but not so in several other places in the world. My question is simple, friends. How can a student of political science have a non-judgmental worldview? A good student of political science will not have any ideology. A good student of political science will not have any kind of moral sense. And a good student of political science will not fear anything. Friends, how you become what you are is very important. To become a real student of political science, you need to have a sense of what is the content of political science, what is subject matter of political science. You ready for the lecture? So friends, let me tell you the content or the subject matter of political science. You might have come across the name Antilia. It's a private home in South Mumbai and is the world's most expensive private residence. It is deemed to be the world's most expensive residential property after Buckingham Palace, where British Queen resides. It is owned by Mukesh Ambani. It has a staff strength of 600. Imagine the size of the house. Antilia is valued over $2 billion US, very big amount, which we can't imagine. The home has 27 floors with extra high ceiling. Other buildings of equivalent height may have as many as 60 floors. The home was also designed to survive an earthquake rated 8 on the Richter scale. Look how people are building house. The land on which Antilia was built had an orphanage, Karimpoi Etimkhana, which had 60 orphans. Antilia Commercial Private Limited in July 2002 purchased this Etimkhana and the land where it was situated for $210.5 million US. The construction was itself illegal. It had violated most of the laws related to construction in city spaces of India. Friends, what is the message of the story of Antilia in this lecture? Friends, this will happen only in a society where there is contradictions. Where contradictions is the normal, there happens these kinds of things. It happened only in a society which is not well ordered and well maintained. Look around. You please look around, friends. Millions of people live in poverty. Millions have no employment. Millions die out of poor health. Millions of children die out of malnutrition. 1 hour, 4 girls are being raped. 1 hour, 6 farmers commit suicide. 90 children die out of malnutrition every 1 hour in India. At the same time, you have people who build homes like Antilia, who own supercars. So, contradiction. Friends, do you think that it is possible in a society that believes in the welfare of citizens? No. No. Is it possible in a society that upholds egalitarianism? No. Friends, do you think it is good politics? This is the way you have to build a society? No. Is it the way you have to bring institutions which give permission to things like Antilia? No. So, friends, resources must be distributed fairly. That is good politics. Good politics is that which try to distribute resources among people, among citizens fairly. Even though it's not equally, it should be distributed on a fair principle. So you are a singer, right? You sing well and society needs your voice. Imagine you charge 5 lakh for 1 hour program. You have 3 programs per day or 4 programs per day. Every day, every week and every year you do the same thing. Look, friends, how long the society can tolerate you, the singer? How long do you think this person be given liberty to do the same, provided that his activities does not lead to concentration of resources? That he or she is going to amass resources in such a way it is going to harm our right to life, because we are not going to have enough resources for our survival, because all the resources in the society are going to his hand or her hand. So, friends, no longer we can spare with this person. We need to interfere and tax that person heavily. Otherwise, our right to live in this world will be damaged severely. It will be damaged very severely. So, Anil Ambani, Mukesh Ambani, Ratan Tata, these kinds of people are toppers in the annual list of rich people in India. Forbes magazine list of rich people in the world. For example, Jeff Bezos of Amazon ranked first. Bill Gates ranked second. Warren Buffett ranked third. Bernard Arnault and family fourth. And Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook fifth. The total billionaires in the world are 2,208, listed from 72 countries. Oxfam at the same time reports that 26 richest billionaires owns as many assets as the 3.8 billion population in the world. Look at the income and wealth inequality in the world. And a new billionaire is created every 2 days. That means the concentration of resources is going very fast compared to the way in which we reduces wealth income disparities. The way in which income disparity is increasing compared to the way in which we are able to bring down income disparities in the world. So, in India too, India is the 6th wealthiest country in the world. Total billionaires' wealth is 8,230 billion in India. We have 119 billionaires and we are the 3rd largest in terms of number of billionaires. World Wealth Report published by Credit Suisse says that Top 1% of population in India owns more than 60% of the wealth in our country. According to them, India is world's second most unequal country in the world, only after Russia. This is almost same if you look at data. Look at the 16th Lok Sabha in India. For example, average assets of MPs is 14 crore. Imagine, average assets of an MP is 14 crore. That means in the 543 members house, 449 members have 1 crore or more assets. In 2009, it was 315, and in 2004, it was 156. So MP's assets are increasing after every election. Friends, this type of income inequality can be legitimized only in a special types of societies. What type of society is it? That society that does not define what parameters upon which the natural resources be distributed fairly, how justice can be ensured, how rights are protected, how equality be enforced, how liberty be protected. Only in such society, these kinds of inequalities or these kinds of wealth inequalities, these kinds of brutality be legitimized. Friends, we are born in this world with all the rights. The nature has given us resources that is sufficient for our survival. The flora and fauna, all this belongs to us. Resources are created for all of us. We have an equal natural claim to resources. The rivers, the trees, the rocks, the water, the fruits, everything belongs to us. Equally, we all have a natural claim to the resources. The nature has created the earth that way. We can all have a very good life. See, that should be the way in which society should be created also. Look at some countries with a higher human development index prepared by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. Norway, Netherlands, Iceland, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, for example. You cannot find people who find places in Forbes magazine annual list of rich people from these type of societies. But you can see higher qualities of life in these societies. That is, they are Scandinavian countries or Nordic countries. It means this type of societies impose heavy taxes upon citizens. There, parents never compel their wards to go to engineering or to go to medicine. Why? Because children there are not compelled to study according to their parents' wishes. Because if you prefer a job in medical profession or if you prefer a job in primary school teaching, the salaries will be almost same. There will not be much income earning differences between the salary of a medical profession or a health professional and that of a primary school teacher. So people are not bothered about what kinds of subjects they are studying, because at the end of the day all of you will end up in the same earning positions in the income classes, right? So parents never fight to get a doctor degree or engineer degree for their children. Right. There are many differences between the earnings of an engineer and a primary school teacher in this type of societies. Interesting societies, you feel. So rich people come only from societies where distribution of resources is problematic. China, USA, India, UK, etc. dominate the list. These societies do have huge inequalities, and this is normal in these societies. We don't have any problem when Mukesh Ambani built Antilia. We don't have any problem when sports people or film stars own supercars for which we don't have even good roads at all. Right? So no good politics in this world legitimizes accumulation of wealth. Be it liberal societies or social societies, all the proponents of liberalism and socialism are both together object, luxury like Antilia and luxury like supercars. Nor social philosophy ever endorses in income inequalities like this. So when I object to Antilia, people disown me saying that I am jealous of them, that I am not able to do things like Mukesh Ambani is doing, building house, that Mukesh Ambani got merit which I am not recognizing, while people organizing scathing attack against me. Friends, they forget one important thing, that they are also like me. They are too much ignorant. My case is that I know my own ignorance, but people grilling me never know their ignorance. So friends, what constitute politics are very simple. How you distribute natural resources between your citizens. There are enough resources for all the people in this world, but our society is created in such a way, our social world is created in such a way, these resources are distributed unequally, and we don't have a problem with this unequal distribution of resources. So how citizens have a better life, how people have equality and a fair place in the society. So politics is an ethical activity. Friends, politics is all about how a society distributes resources equally among citizens, and all citizens can have an equal place in the society, a good place in the society. That is all about the politics, the content of politics, and all those activity which aims to bring in resources to all the people. That is good political activity. That is politics of that society. But this question has been a mainstay in political thinking. So polis in the ancient world represented this tussle, this conflict between resources and human life. So it was polis in the ancient world which distributed resources between citizens in such a way that everyone can have a survival. In the medieval world, it was monopolized by church and theological worldview, which decided how to distribute resources among citizens. In the modern world, it was represented by the Westphalian state. The idea of Westphalian state represented this conflict between natural resources in the world and people's needs and demands. State and politics are supposed to give spaces to all the people. Politics is supposed to give place to all the people in this world. It gives right, it ensures justice, and it protects citizens' liberty. So, but friends, as we look around, Antilia represent this distortion of the idea, and supercars represent this distortion of the idea that state and politics remain an unfinished agenda. Dalit feels, do you feel Dalits are satisfied in India? No. Do you feel caste minorities are satisfied in India? No. Do you feel religious minorities are satisfied in India? No. Do you feel linguistic minorities are satisfied in India? No. Do you feel women are satisfied in India? Never, not at all. So, sexual minorities, subaltern, unemployed, so many problems, they are all not satisfied in India. So, problems of modern life is unending. We have an unending catalogs of problems in our society. And there are so many places in this world, they offer courses in political science, which give you a sense of what exactly is politics and why do you study and how we can make a society by distributing resources fairly among citizens. You can go to Oxford or Cambridge, where these are super universities where political science is being offered as a super course. You can go to Ivy League institutions in America like Stanford, Harvard, Johns Hopkins, Chicago, Princeton University, where these are super universities in US part of the world, and where you can study political science as a super course. Or in India, Jawaharlal Nehru University or Hyderabad Central University, even some private universities also like Ashoka, which offer very good political science courses. See, friends, your political science course is a passport to best cities in the world, best jobs in the world, and best salaried employment in the world. Because it has contents that lets you learn some important things whereupon our society is founded. So, if you study this subject, you will be able to know political institutions, political philosophy, political theory, human rights, international relations, foreign policy, social issues, Indian polity, Indian philosophy and thoughts, various social movements, public administration, various constitutions and governments, social research, and many other themes which give you so many skills. But these are all some kinds of skills whereby you can build a society. It's a type of social engineering. This course give you skill for social engineering. A lot of skills It gives you skill to think critically, question the society you are born. You can raise your voice against injustices. You can dissent. You can help people understand people's emotion. But the most important skill of a real student of political science is this. 1. You should be a non-judgmental person. Second, you should not have any moral sense. There is no morality for a student of political science. Third, no fear. You are afraid of nothing. Friends, those who watch this lecture might find my lecture so uncomfortable because I have said so many things which you believed are foundations of society. So of course you won't be uncomfortable with this lecture because political science is also a subject which makes people uncomfortable because it raises uncomfortable questions. People are afraid of this subject. But I said what I mean. I mean what I said. I mean what I said. It's just a discipline that just does what Raphael Enthoven does. Be a non-judgmental person and have no fear and no moral sense. Friends, I don't know if I am able to spark something in your mind. You can have some words to me in the comment box. Thank you for watching this lecture, this induction lecture. We will meet in the classroom. Thank you. Fine. Bye.